Hello, everybody. Faith over fear business summit day one takeaways. And look at that. You're seeing palm trees for the first time on my business page and on my personal account because I'm coming to you live from Orlando, Florida, US of A. There you go, guys. Lovely, lovely. It's scorching hot. I think it's about 30, but I'm wearing long sleeves because it's cold inside. We just finished the day one of our Faith Over Fear Business Summit. It's actually in that hall. I just went out, so it's quiet and you can see the outdoors. Look at that, beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is just day one. It feels like it's already a week worth of so much nuggets, so much wisdom, and for those of you tuning in for the first time, I'm Katrina and I work and I have fun here online. I help fellow parents, earn online so that they can create the life that they truly love. And I'm attending this business summit to, of course, for personal development and to give more value to you guys, to elevate my business and my business partners' businesses, and to give value. And maybe if you've been thinking also about earning flexibly on the side, and I want to be that person who is well equipped to help you guys. And by the way, if you're watching this live, comment one and tell me where you're tuning in from, and comment two if you are watching this on a replay, and also tell me where you're coming from. And I was browsing through my notes. They have this actual booklet where we can write, but I was also able to download it on my Good Notes app, where I use it for my digital planner, and sorry about the light, and I was still able to use it. So I was taking notes, and it's tons and tons of notes, but um, one key thing that I learned is just really getting the gist of it and what would be my action steps. And it's just day one. I think we've had maybe more than 10 speakers already, like 10 minutes of golden nuggets each. And there are a lot of virtual attendees as well. If you're my business partner, you are in our online community, say hello. If you have watched, comment value. If you've gotten so much value from that, like, oh my goodness, hello, Rebecca. I know, yes, we've been chatting. It's super, super jam packed. And I just want to start off with the with a base, with the foundation of the theme, like the faith over fear. And earlier, I made a post about they have this light, LED light with the word hashtag faith. And it's actually, faith are the things unseen, things that we hope for, even though they are unseen, right? And it's so true, like in anything that we do, not just in business, but the decisions that we make, sometimes it doesn't make sense, but we are being nudged. And I think one of the greatest takeaway that I'm getting from this event is there's like God moves like massively in people's lives. And I think, my faith is being strengthened, hearing other people's testimonials. And I know, I'm not, sometimes I find myself um, I finding myself that I know I needed to strengthen my relationship with God more, and I'm being vulnerable here. And I think this is really a huge nudge for me to move towards that. So I'll be sharing with you three verses that I think is very applicable, not just for online business owners. Oh my God, I'm scorching. Sorry, guys, for my sweat, but it's kind of noisy inside, so we will stay here. Okay, hang on with me. I'll share with you three verses that our main host and speaker Ray Higdon shared, that I think will is all encompassing, whatever business, whatever faith, whatever seasons of your life you're in, maybe in your personal, in your family life, in the business that we're in, or in your work, in your job. So here we go. Let's start off with the first one. I just copy pasted it exactly. I have the verse, I copy pasted it so it's faster, so there might be some typo. Please excuse that one, but here's the value of that. First one is from Hebrews 12, at chapter 12, verse 11. And it says here, no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. And isn't this so, so true? When we are in our darkest days, we feel like it's the lowest of low, or we're in our um, like a sad season or challenging season in our lives, in our businesses. It's not pleasant. Like for me, for example, when I was building the business, and it feels like people are commenting I'm doing scammy things, or people don't believe in what I do. Those are dark days, right? But later on, however, because I stuck to it, I become consistent. I've been doing this for 4 years, and maybe you can also relate, like you stuck it out. Maybe for immigrants, parents like me, moving to Canada or USA or other countries, it feels like there's no light by the end of the tunnel, right? But when we keep on going, all of a sudden, things started showing results, produces harvest. Like when you plant, it's not when it's time to plant. It's not the season for harvests, right? You have to wait. You have to give it time. Like I was talking to another power coach, Coach Roger De La Cruz, and he went on a hello, Coach Roger. When you watch this, and this is a little bit. Um, he recently went home to the Philippines, and he said he doesn't like to go back to Canada because he was really enjoying farming there, and there's a season for our lemon there is called calamansi, and there's a season of planting. But then, when that season of planting was done, he said it gives them plentiful of harvest for the next 10-15 years. But you have to establish that growth season, right? So it's also like that, right? Harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. So consistency, staying the course, having the faith. It's not, um, the book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. And it's been mentioned in the convention and the summit. It's not rich, grow rich and think. It's not, it's not the other way around, right? You have to believe the things even before you see it. And that's faith, right? So that's the first one. Let me see if you're getting value from this. Okay, and next, James chapter 1, verses 2 to 4. Trials and temptations. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. You will be tempted to quit. And in I always tell my my business partners and my team, don't ever quit on a bad day. Try to quit when you're celebrating. Let's see what that feels, right? Because there will always be, that's part of it. There will be always be a time that you'll feel frustrated. Sometimes you feel like quitting. Is this still gonna work? Maybe you're in the business and you feel like, okay, I've been here for a few months, a few weeks. I've been experiencing a lot of challenges. I'm not getting leads. I'm not getting this. I'm not achieving my goals. Things like that. Sometimes when it's quiet, you feel like God is not there, but He's actually doing something, right? And when you persevere, again, your faith is being tested, and it's not if you like immediately get it, whatever you want, you know, your character has not will not won't be developed, and it's really the character and the person that you've become once you achieve your goals is really the main thing, right? Because if you just achieve it like that and just it's a snap of a finger, and then okay, maybe you won't value it as much, right? And let me see here. And I think all of these verses are very, very applicable to something, another momentous event happening in my family. And I'll share it by the end, so stay tuned. I'll look at your comments first. See here. Let me see here. Hello, virtual. Yes, value. Hello, Lisa. Hi, Florentia. Restored and strengthened my faith. Absolutely, same here. Florentia, tuning in from Pickering. Hello, hello. Hi, Adelaine. Let me see here. I'm thinking now how my parents planted the faith and now they are embracing the fruits from their children. Oh, absolutely. Thank you for this, Rebecca, because I owe my Christian faith, I would say, to my grandparents' mother's side, because I didn't have any idea. Like, they would just bring me to the Sunday church. I remember as early as grade one, all all I was excited for was, when we do the dancing and the singing. And this, when we have communion Sunday, we would just get crackers and, the juice. But it has instilled value in me, that I was exposed to the faith, and then we would do Bible study every Sunday. I was exposed at an early age, and I think yes, it's actually they've planted those seeds, and now it's harvest time, and I hope and pray that I'll be also able to impart those values, those faith to my children. And I'm guilty. I'm not as diligent yet as I wanted to be, but I think the awareness is key. So thanks for that, Rebecca. Hey, Natalie. Hello, hello. How are you? Review. Yes, music and dance ministry. And the last one is this one. I think we still have our mix and mingle for the super VIP. VIP. So I will be going there after this. Last one is James 1, chapter 1, verses 16 to 17. Don't be deceived, my brothers and sisters. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. Sometimes, multiple times in the business summit, it was mentioned, we always get those nudging, and like we feel like they're people, we meet people coincidentally, it's a coincidence. But, and they mentioned, I didn't even know this, that there's not a word, there's no, the word coincidence doesn't exist in the Bible, um, because there's no such thing, and it's always God's divine appointment. And I always mention that in my ad. Like you watching my video right now, maybe you've been praying also for a solution that you can, do on the side to help your household income. I always mention that on my ad. And I felt that when I prayed also for a solution 4 years ago, like, God, help us with our finances. I wanted to do something. And then I saw my mentor's ad. I felt this calling, like, oh my gosh, I think this is something that I have been praying for. So I took action. And all of these verses, you know what? Again, there are no accidents, but this one being, um, this one, experiencing pain, disappointments at the beginning, and then, but still, the trials and temptations, considering that it's all part of our faith being tested, and it has made me persevere, and my brother, our family. And today we received one of the greatest gifts that we can give to our parents. And we've been working on this dream for 8 years now, since my brother and his family first started moving to Canada, and then we followed the next year. So 8 years for him, 7 years for me. And I'm kind of trying to focus on the business summit, but a part of me is, focusing in the Philippines. And because actually, right, at the moment, the business summit is also ending. Our father actually just landed in Canada. Oh my gosh, it feels so surreal. And I posted about a quick reel about that we surprised him with a ticket a month ago when we left, before we left the Philippines. And actually, today was his arrival in Canada, although I'm here in the US. And I'll be sharing more photos of that. My brother, thank you, and my sister in law, of course, thank you guys for all your assistance and help. And Kuya, kudos to you for all your patience as well. He did all the paperwork and stuff, and we're, collaborating. And we've been working on that for so many years. But the application, we started around March, and he got approved super visa. For the longest time, we would always check the requirements, and we would not qualify. My family, even our combined household income, it was not enough to support the requirements and the logistics of applying for a visa, even just for a tourist visa. So now he was able. What's the difference? Well, um, basically, a super visa grants him, it's a 10-year validity, still under the tourist visa, but more like a lot more long term in a way. He can stay 5 years at a time, and then he can just renew if he likes it here in Canada. I mean, if he likes Canada. So I'm so grateful for that. I'm still trying to process that. And hopefully, our mother is next. So he's just doing also her application. And we're working on that. So cheers to us, brother. And I think sometimes I forget to kind of, give myself a pat on the back. But I think it's giving back the glory to him, because he equipped me and my brother, he planted that seed, since we were young, that, we wanted to go to Canada, and of course eventually get our parents, you know, um, granting me the business as a tool to achieve these goals and help other uh, parents as well, help other individuals as well, dreaming bigger for their family. And it was mentioned earlier as well, um, it's not really like, one of the speakers is encouraging us, do more videos, especially if you're in the social media marketing industry, do more videos, show more, go lives or shorter videos, long form videos. Every day we're challenging you, if you're not good at it, just go for it. you know uh, you will suck at first, but it will eventually, you're not good at it, you're not good at something because you haven't been doing it yet. So the more you do it, the more confident you get, the better you get. You won't get confident at something that you don't do or you haven't done yet, right? Like starting anything, starting a sport, starting a new skill, starting a new course or program. Like, I'm not this confident 4 years ago, but I kept doing it, so it helped. So, and part of that, the speaker said, go out there. It's not really, when you go do a video or do a post on your social media, it's not really about you, but it's about the message, but it's about the people. It's about the value that you give to people, your audience. And I think it's like just a rephrase of what actually flipped the switch for me as well. Like, my mentors and coaches, David and Roxanne, and when I heard them say that, it made me more confident to go on video. So maybe that's also your sign, when they said, because before I would get conscious, I didn't have makeup, I'm sweaty, there's bad lighting, there's no audio, something like that. All the excuses that I can think of. I'm not comfortable, I'm not wearing something, things like that. I haven't showered, things like that. But when they said, you know what, it's not really about you, but it's focus, get over yourself. And bring value to people, because when you hit while the iron is hot and you have that energy, you have that concept. Like right now, I'm getting passionate because I'm still fresh from the event, because I know when I wait for later, like an hour later, my energy would be different and maybe the thoughts won't come naturally like this. So it's really about you guys hearing this message right now. If I don't go live, you would maybe you the messages I'm saying right now might resonate with you, and something might just click. And I think that's part of my calling as well. Calling, and it was actually when they said calling earlier, is all in at the middle, and then C and G at the end. It's ch- choose God, all in. And it's just so perfect. It's just so wonderful. Oh my gosh, there's so many more. I'm going to do more because I have to put this out there so you guys can also, share the value, get in the value, the energy. Um, right, let's do this, right? Thank you. Oo, ang galing yan si Kuya, eh, 'di ba? Siya nga DIY ang immigration nila. And I just followed him. He's very good at that. That's his strength. Matyaga, mabilis. Thank you, thank you. Let's do the daily video challenge, whether live or edited or long and short form. Yes, exactly. Helping the people that you used to be, right? That you were before. Awesome. Thank you, Florencia. And um, I'm just so grateful that I made it here, that I made an investment, buy the ticket, buy the super VIP ticket. We had free lunch. Yeah, it was good. It was filling. And just being with the energy, like with these people, the energy that we get, like, it's priceless. And my husband was like, "What are you doing there again?" Because sometimes, we would talk and then the information would just fly because he's taking care of the kids, and I would send him photos. And I'm grateful for him. I honor my husband because he supports me 1,000%. Like, mga kaartihan ko, ganyan. But of course, more um, development like this, personal development, because he knows that long term it's going to benefit not just our family, but of course other people, my team as well that I'm helping. And I'm going to be sharing more. There's a lot. I think I just want to drop it here also is one of the speakers said, the topic is growing your business while also maintaining a harmonious family relationship. And she mentioned there's include your children, include your family in your planning the year ahead and what's in it for them, because we're so good at motivating other people. But let's always, because we're doing this for our family, so let's include them in the planning stage. What's in it for them? What are the goals? What are the visions? And then, like, putting like sticky notes and putting photos of the families that you're helping. So when you tell them stories like, oh, not now my focus is helping. I have a new business partner. Her name is, for example, Rebecca, and I can they're suggesting put Rebecca's family there, so they know it's more tangible for them. It's more visually appealing for them that, oh, when mommy says I'm helping Coach Rebecca or I'm helping Coach May, and then they know they have a picture because they're kids, so they can understand better. And what's at the end of the line, maybe we can travel more. Maybe I can bring them here. I don't know. Orlando has like tons of Disney stuff here. And maybe next time I'll bring them here, or we'll go to Santorini or Europe, right? What's in it for them? Or maybe buy the gadget that they want or the Robux card that they want, something like that, something tangible for them, just so they won't um, resent the business, that the business is taking time away from us or things like that. I'll talk more about that, but I'm just so on fire if you guys can sense that. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yes, thanks, my boys. And mom-in-law who's helping me reach my family was 100% support, right? So I think we owe it to them as well, for us to include them like physically in the planning, like set an intention for that, because I do plan like just solo, but I don't include my husband. We talk, but he's not like the sit down and write everything for the year. He just have it here, but he also writes. But I think that's also something I want to do, like mission vision. So I'll talk about that more. Oh my gosh, I can talk a lot. So I'll head back to the super VIP mix and mingle session. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everybody, for following. And I'll give you more of the palm trees. Okay, I don't know what we're going to do after this. I think I'll just catch up with my business partners a bit and then we'll see. All right. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the day. Faith over fear. All right. Bye for now. Thank you.